Hey folks, and welcome to the latest video in the Rhapsody Power Pack series. I'm Andy Lapping, and in this video we'll take a look at creating units based on rules. As we've discussed in a previous video, units are model elements that exist as files on the hard drive, and they are the cornerstone of configuration management and model sharing. Units can be identified by the additional file icon Rhapsody overlays on top of them. Now, Rhapsody has a context menu to create a unit, but this only works for a single model element at a time. Creating multiple units just isn't possible in the UI. The Power Pack, however, does allow multiple selected elements to be turned into units. I can select all of these blocks and use Power Pack, Unit Tools, Create Units. Now, if a model element is a unit, removing that unit status in Rhapsody is a cumbersome affair. We must open a separate dialog using Unit Edit Unit and then clear the Store in a separate file checkbox, which of course only works for one model element at a time. The Power Pack allows the removal of unit status from multiple selected elements. Again, I'll right-click the category to select all of those blocks and then Power Pack, Unit Tools, Remove Unit Status. Now, Rhapsody has a predefined model filter to show only units, but it doesn't have one to show you elements which can become units. The Power Pack does. Here, under Custom Browsers, we have Browse Potential Units. Not every model element can become a unit. This browser only shows you those that can. Now, Rhapsody does have properties that dictate which newly created elements are automatically made into units, and you'll find in models on Rhapsody Model Manager, most if not all of these options are switched on by default. But sometimes that doesn't make sense. For example, a block that's a child of another block probably shouldn't be its own unit. It makes more sense for that to be part of its parent. But a block at package level should maybe be its own unit. Now, Rhapsody of course makes no distinction between those two things, but the Power Pack does. If I select this configuration block, and then I use the Power Pack to try and create a unit from that, then I get an error that this would violate my unit creation rules. Now, rules are defined at project level in white and blacklist properties. Those define which model elements can be units based on their owner. This model only defines a whitelist, and it dictates that blocks can only be units if they're owned by a package. It also dictates that use cases can only be units if they're owned by the project, and since it's not actually possible to create use cases at project level, this rule is basically banning the use of units for use cases. Now, since the configuration block we tried is owned by another block, that violates one of these rules, and the Power Pack refuses to create a unit. Now, of course, Rhapsody has no such behaviour, and so users could manually create units using the Rhapsody UI which break the rules. And so the model checker has a predefined check to look for such elements. It also has a completion rule based on that whitelist to detect elements which should be units according to the rules, but aren't. Well, that's it for this video. Over the course of the series, we'll explore the rest of the Rhapsody Power Pack features that will greatly improve your Rhapsody user experience. So please do subscribe if you want to be notified as those videos get published. But for now, thanks for watching.